good, y'all boys? It's Doug, man. Today I'm coming at you with another reaction video. Today I reacted to Have More Power Than Tyson, One Punch Knockouts, and True Story of Tommy Morrison. Now look, never heard of him, but I seen the thumbnail. This man said he was 20 years old and had 32 knockouts. Insane. Insane. Boxing really made me realize fighting is not for everybody. Fighting is not for me. One fight and I'm done. I would never fight again a day in my life. Getting knocked out on camera. Okay, look. I'm ready to get into this, man. If you're new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below who your top boxers is of all time. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, and don't forget to follow my Instagram at tv.dub.
Tommy Morrison will forever remain one of the most tragic figures throughout pugilistic history. In the 90s, the blonde giant with a chiseled silhouette was the embodiment of a knockout machine. Mind-blowing speed, devastating flurries, and a $1 million punch have propelled him to the pinnacle of the sport. But the prominent heavyweight,
he got knocked out standing up. He was standing up.
But the prominent heavyweight's career was cut short in the prime of his potential, suddenly and irrevocably. Today, we remember the legendary power and dramatic path of boxing's great white hope.
He looked like George Michael a little bit.
Born on January 2nd, 1969, Thomas David Morrison grew up in the American South. Half Irish and half Native American, the future champion was a protege of nature itself. Athletic talent determined his success in football and basketball. Still, the real gift was revealed in the boxing gym, where the 10-year-old boy was brought to by his father, according to family tradition.
Now, I've always been pretty exceptional at sports, but boxing is something I feel like I'm just a step ahead.
The 15-year-old teenager was so
out there who box. Is that a good way to lose weight? Let me know. I gotta lose some.
Impressive in appearance that he fought adults using a fake.
I'm not stepping in the ring. I'm not sparring with nobody. Just a condition.
Fake ID forged by his mother.
Bro, is he
by 1988, fresh out of high school, Tommy's record exceeded 200 amateur matches. After graduation, the 19-year-old prodigy won several regional tournaments. However, following a loss in the National Olympic trials to Ray Mercer, who would later take the gold in Seoul, Morrison decided to break the shackles of unpaid boxing. Being an alleged distant relative of the movie star John Wayne, he took the ancestor's moniker, the Duke, and in November 1988 went on a journey to conquer the professional ring. The 6-foot 2-inch tall kid with a frame north of 200 pounds was menacing enough, but what stuck out the most was his patented left hook.
Jesus, ain't gold, not in vain, not in vain, not in vain, not in vain, not in vain. But boy.
What got the most was his patented left hook.
See it. I thought he missed.
None of the initial 5 opponents could survive the first 3 minutes. It wasn't until the 6th performance, dated February 1989, that the Duke encountered a semblance of competition. In the beginning of the fight against Traore Ali, Tommy ate a few straights from long range.
Sir, he's got that square shoulder.
In response, he turned to the trademark hook. Thunderous naked right hands aggravated the situation. Traore wasn't going anywhere and bravely withstood the onslaught for 3 rounds. Nevertheless, at the 9-minute mark, he lingered in the line of fire for too long.
There it is. Come on, punch. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't cuss no more, but I was about to, boy.
Fire for too long.
Boy.
There it is. Come on, punch. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
A delayed reaction on that.
In the 4th frame, another clinch decided the outcome of the meeting.
A finisher. Yep. Good right uppercut.
Oh, that is going to be the winner. Ali.
That evening, the right uppercut became the weapon of choice and knocked down the vis-a-vis twice for a TKO.
Yep. Good right uppercut.
The canonical
Not me
puncher
on
style,
live TV.
always aiming to send the rival to the hospital, did not disappoint in further collisions.
If I read a report and they say he's known to send people to the hospital, I'm not versing him. Call me a punk. I'm not versing this man.
Morrison invariably broke into close quarters and unloaded thumping hooks and uppercuts. Come summer, he had stacked up a pile of 11 unconscious bodies.
Boy.
Morrison delights his hometown Kansas City fans with a 2-round.
Signing with Bill Caton, a famous manager
I
responsible
heard
for
of the
Mike
Duke.
Tyson's rise, helped the Duke's
probably somebody
ascension
else.
towards the elite. With a team full of professionals in the corner, the surging prospect went on a title conquest. Justifying the flattering comparisons with Iron Mike,
He look like a cool
Morrison
dude, though.
liked it because of the left hook.
in August of '89, Morrison viciously punished the torso for 3 minutes, hoping to crush Mike Robinson in spectacular fashion.
And gets maximum
But
power
on
to
body
that.
shots, something else.
Body
I'm
shots
telling
by
you.
Morrison. Robinson.
The first knockdown materialized in the dying seconds of the round.
Morrison just doing a great job with the body, and Robinson goes down. And before
Unable to score a body shot KO in the opening stretch,
But them body shots will kill
Tommy
you, man.
completed the job in the second.
big left hand, and Robinson's in trouble again. I think we'll see huge body shot.
Stay on, bro. Cool.
Steve's throwing a wide.
The next
Alright.
bout, 2 weeks later, followed the same time schedule.
Morrison working over. Big man on the ropes here and getting the best of it. Tried incidentally as an amateur. He lost the Olympic trials. A big right hand followed up on the left by Morrison and Shelby.
In September, Rick Ennis, with 15 knockouts and 18 victories, vowed to stay away from the bludgeoning hooks. And yet, that was too hard of a task.
Legs back under it now, but he was
Too
really
quick,
rocking.
man. You can't stay away from nothing. You cannot stay away from nothing you don't see coming. It's impossible. He lost a booger came out his. A booger came out. That was a booger or a tooth that came out.
Dave Jacko, an owner of 21 wins and 18 finishes, tried to keep the distance in the kickoff. Tommy threw a couple of light jabs and made the opponent taste his mighty punch.
I have to face a right-hander.
There's the left hand. Jake down and probably out.
So the only boxing
A
experience
leaping
I
left
got is
hook
on the
became a
Wii.
perfect storm, turning Jacko's grit off with one touch. The Duke's name started coming up in the title conversation.
First round. Tommy the Duke Morrison comes to boxing naturally. He's related to John Wayne, whose real name was Marion Morrison. He's grooming Tommy for a shot at heavyweight champion Mike
Marion.
Tyson. And it could be the grudge match of the century.
Confirming expectations, Morrison made short work of the experienced Harry Terrell.
His right hand, and he lands a left. He has the opponent protecting himself for trying to against the ropes.
Forcing the referee to initiate the count in the second minute with a clubbing left.
There's the left hook, and down goes Terrell.
Tommy stamped an exclamation mark with a long overhand.
227 pounds. Here.
Bro, so is he beating Mike Tyson?
He has got
Did they ever fight?
He stopped the fight. Another first round knockout.
Is he beating Mike Tyson? Because what I seen from Mike Tyson, he was.
Terrell courageously endured the knockdown, but soon was left dangling on the ropes like a puppet with cut strings.
27 pounds. Here.
In a span of 11 months as a pro, the 20-year-old had 18 victorious performances, 16 of which ended in stunning annihilations. The Duke was proclaimed the great white hope of boxing. Simultaneously, Tommy's charming charisma and debilitating power brought him more than just athletic acclaim.
227 pounds. Here.
A series of killer finishes attracted unexpected attention outside the ropes. Most impressed with Morrison's abilities was Sylvester Stallone, who invited him to play Tommy Gunn in the upcoming Rocky V. During pre-production, the Duke fought 2 times to promote the movie.
Am I tripping?
Now Morrison.
I gotta rewatch the movie.
For one of the contests, he walked out wearing famous shorts from the franchise, and Stallone himself was in the corner.
Tommy the Duke Morrison.
It was not difficult for Tommy to reproduce his signature style on the big screen. An abundance of left hooks and shattering right hands for the viewers
I
liking.
heard of the dude, bro. See, I don't care how much money you pay me. I don't know, bro.
The heavy hitter and baby mama magnet woke up as a star in an ocean full of gorgeous women.
Can you put an estimate on the number of women?
I'd easily say one a day. You know, that he never knew.
Boy.
I'm hungry, like you were.
That he what?
Say one a day. You know, that he never knew.
But I'm hungry, like you were. All I'm asking for is a chance. And just one shot.
Wait,
After
wait to marriage.
being on the set and resting for half a year combined, the freshly minted Tommy Gunn returned in June of 1990.
The 90s was a crazy time in the 80s, bro.
Nonetheless, having broken his hand in a tune-up bout, Morrison spent 4 months on the bench. In the second comeback, the previous injury did not prevent him from adding another disintegration to the portfolio.
He does have a devastating left hook. Well, that's it.
A month later, versus Mike Acey, the Duke scored an elegant knockdown with a right cross.
We'll see. Down to one knee from the right.
A picture-perfect left.
He's praying, bro.
We'll see. Down to one knee from the right.
A picture-perfect left hook closed the show.
Laying down. He's landing. Oh, my. That should be it. That was a left hand.
In 1991, Tommy Gunn continued to gain momentum. The crazy fighting schedule paid off, and in a span of 6 months, he collected 4 vicious stoppages.
Walk in and throw that hook, and he does have a devastating left hook. Well, that's it.
Some of the victims were highish caliber heavyweights. Former WBC champion Pinklin Thomas survived a full round of shelling.
Some big exposed and
Phil Brown? That's something to brag about, bro? He had to be dangerous for it. He built like a
But a cut
linebacker.
saved him from coming out for the second.
he goes to his corner, and this is
The first man to go the distance with Tyson, James Tillis, could not withstand Morrison's pressure either. Falling with every touch by the left hand,
Still trying to really to get himself back into good left hand. Down goes Tillis. And a good
Bro,
combination.
respect to anybody that keep getting up, but you gotta learn when to stay down.
having been knocked down twice, Tillis met
You
his own
already got
demise
paid.
on the ropes.
wondering if Tillis is... Well, there it is. That's it.
Thus, in 2.5 years, the Duke removed 28 antagonists out of the way, and only 4 of them did not need a head scan when things were settled. Tommy surpassed many world champions in popularity and became a contender for the belt.
Yeah, he had a head scan. For sure.
And a lot of people
He
are
not one
pretty
of them
sad
folks.
if I was saying, hey, I fought for the heavyweight championship of the world. We don't want to fight for it. We want to fight for it and win.
In October of 1991, the 22-year-old Morrison went up against the undefeated WBO champion Ray Mercer. 3 years have passed since their amateur match. During this period, Mercer managed to win gold at the Olympics.
Cannot deny.
No, wait, nah, he finna
After
go
turning
for
pro,
revenge.
he claimed the World Boxing Organization title and
He finna
finished
go for
12
revenge.
of 17 adversaries by knockout.
And a glancing blow.
At the onset of the third lap, Tommy almost got the job done.
I mean, he was trying to really take me out.
He lost again?
But he hit me hard I've ever been hitting boxing.
But ran out of steam at the end and started eating shots. The 5th round was marked by one of the most brutal moments in boxing history.
Corner, and he unloads on him, and Tommy Morrison's arms get tangled in the ropes so he can't go down. Like, look at this. See, he's tangled in the ropes. Oh, fuck. Bro, I mean, it was one of the worst KOs I ever remember seeing. Look at that.
Following a short hiatus, Morrison entered the ring in February of 1992.
Bro, see, this is why you gotta give respect to these boxers, bro. The fact that you keep going, he was tangled up in the ropes, just getting hit. It was too bad. They couldn't even show that junk on YouTube. Getting hit. And he decided to keep going.
Consecutive victories
crazy.
got him back on the title track, all by way of
Oh,
knockout.
boy. I would have retired first match.
He's got a great respect for
Give me a
Morrison.
cool million, I'm done. He ain't want to fight for it.
Well, it's simple. Oh, man. I was just going to say, it's simple. He hit you with the left hook, you're gone.
Not that long.
Most heavyweight...
Yet, as soon as he declared his high aspirations, karma struck back at Tommy Gunn. In June, Joe Hip gave him all sorts of trouble.
They've hit him. Men inne I ringen mellan de fyra repen så är det han som måste bevisa vad han går för.
The ever-tough Native American had a granite chin.
Från båda sidor. Tunga, höger träffade höger.
Rising from the dead after a monstrous right hand.
Här kom den högra uppercutten som jag sa. Här kom också en.
Having broken his jaw and hand in the fight, Morrison dug deep and wrapped things up in the ninth.
Fatta full träff med högern. Tunga högerkrokar komma på
Due to injuries, the pursuit of the throne had to be put on hold. Returning to form, the Duke added 3 more stoppages to the resume, and the streak reached 8 in a row.
And there's the left hook, and down goes.
Well, seeing that, he had that principle.
By June of 1993, Tommy had finally deserved a shot at the WBO crown. The former undisputed world champion, George Foreman, agreed to a scrap for the vacant gold. Big George needed no introduction for his epic wars with Joe Frazier back in the 70s.
Frazier taking it from George Foreman. Foreman, not Foreman again. But
Only the great Muhammad Ali found a way to stop him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even 2 decades later, Foreman was still regarded as one of the deadliest punchers ever. Despite the public expecting reckless fireworks, Morrison had the best tactical performance of his career.
No, that's crazy.
The most masterful piece of boxing in Tommy's career.
Tommy Gunn confidently outstruck the rival and took the victory by decision. With this giant achievement, Morrison joined the elite club of heavyweight kings. But subsequent events displayed the unpredictable nature of fisticuffs. The first defense was scheduled for August 1993. Rocky V co-star Mike Williams was supposed to be in the opposite corner. The contest fell through at the last moment when Williams allegedly refused to take a PED test and did not leave the locker room. The night was saved by
what it is? That's like a drug test or
a pie-loving local journeyman, Tim Tomaszek. According to popular belief, on his birthday, Doughboy came to watch the beloved champ and drink a few pints. Jumping into the ring for a couple of $1,000s, Tim enjoyed every second.
I'm not even being facetious. He's trying to keep his left hand real high because he knows that hook. Getting his moment here, isn't he? And meanwhile, Tommy Morrison's starting to whack him with left hook.
Hey,
The Duke did not appreciate Tomaszek's antics and got him out of there by the 4th round.
That's part of the reason why he's being hit a lot harder.
Double left hand again. That hurt Tomaszek.
Yeah, I could tell he was joking around
Tim
at
took
first.
the outcome very well, turning it into a minute of fame.
Hello, everybody from Green Bay. I love you, Mom and Dad, and everybody here.
On Tommy's side of things, a money fight with Lennox Lewis for the prestigious WBC strap was looming. The last stop would be the decorated former amateur Michael Bent, with a 10-1 pro record. At the outset, Morrison pressed Michael against the ropes and fired a left hook. Bent survived and responded with the best combination he ever threw. Tommy rose up and got sent to the floor seconds later. The third fall turned out to be the last.
Just throwing nothing but haymakers right now. And Morrison in deep trouble. And Morrison
That just go to show.
Under a rain of punches from Bent, the Duke was dropped 3 times in just a minute and a half and lost.
No matter how good he is, it's somebody out there, bro. Like, not saying.
Due to the 3 knockdown rule. The belt wasn't the only thing to go, though. $8 million and a title shot against Lewis also vanished into the blue. The fat paycheck pursuit ended in vain. On the other hand, with youth still on his side, Morrison was able to come back with a streak of 3 victories in 1994.
Uppercut by Morrison.
Boxing is a dangerous thing.
The turning point in the Duke's career was the bout in July versus Ross Purity, who would hand Vladimir Klitschko his first defeat in the future. Tommy kicked things off well. But the gas tank failed him, and Morrison took a knee in the 6th round. He barely escaped a finish after collapsing in the 10th.
Getting wet right now. Yes, he is. Down he goes again.
The Duke somehow survived to see the final bell, and the meeting ended in a controversial draw.
Round for purity, but the question is a draw. This was a very close fight. That is not a bad decision.
The irreparable damage was done. The Great White Hope went on a spree for half a year and got addicted to substances in that time.
Tommy's a celebrity, he's a star, but he's also a young kid who has no clue how to handle that. And he starts surrounding himself with an entourage.
And they call us up at midnight, 1 o'clock, and say, hey, you better come and get your boy. He's laying passed down on the floor. You might want to come and get him before the media gets here. So we run down and pick him up and throw him in the back of a pickup truck and carry him home.
That's why, no matter how big you get, you don't need yes men around you. You need real friends. Like, everybody need a real friend, bro. Because every celebrity is always the same thing. They end up, like, they can get anything they want just like that by saying, just go get it to me. You need somebody to tell you no.
Pick him up and throw him in the back of a pickup truck and carry him home.
Having recovered 7 months later, he continued to stack up back-to-back knockouts over questionable opposition.
I think the end is just about upon us. And there's the hook, and Randy brought it out. Taking the last round before that, very close.
In June of 1995, Tommy was offered a clash with Donovan Ruddock for the vacant and meaningless IBC belt. Until recently, the Canadian was considered a top-notch heavyweight with a razor-sharp shot that rarely left fights at the judge's mercy.
And a left uppercut that goes down.
He did not disappoint, even on late notice, bringing the rival on all fours in the opening minute.
By Ruddock. Oh, there goes Morrison.
Regardless, the Duke leveled the odds with a standing knockdown, courtesy of an uppercut.
But he still paid for it. Oh, uppercut. Razor Ruddock got rocked by the same punch to knock Morrison down.
Toward the end of the 4th round, Ruddock got in trouble.
Good uppercut.
Now, he didn't like George Michael for him.
He's got Ruddock hurt. You hurt him with the left hook.
But managed to escape the scuffle theatrically.
But Ruddock is talking to him.
Finally, in the 6th, the Canadian landed a good one and rushed to pursue Morrison.
Oh! Boy, I thought he was down, boy. Boy, Tommy, the Duke, boy, I thought you was down, boy.
And rushed to pursue Morrison. Tommy Gunn smelled blood and ended the duel by TKO.
I already know.
And it's a long one.
Oh, boy, I could tell.
He will not do it.
I could tell.
Having survived the fall at the outset of the scrap, the Duke responded with a series of concussive offerings.
You know what that can
As
do to
usual,
your
the
head?
iconic left hook became the key to victory.
You know what that can do to your head, bro? Getting hit that many times.
With 4 knockouts in a row, Morrison got a dream match with Lennox Lewis, with 23 knockouts in 27 wins. Lennox was considered to be one of the most technical boxers at heavyweight.
Not to counterpunch.
A year earlier, he had lost his WBC title and was now challenging for the American's crown.
How to ease his way.
From the very beginning, Lewis commanded the distance and discouraged the adversary from entering using a power jab.
Slow it down because this is the best punch.
The Duke was wasting energy and trying to bite back.
Right now.
There's the right hand.
But in the 2nd round, the contest turned into a beating.
Long stride, and there's a good body shot.
In the 5th, Tommy was rocked by a right uppercut.
By Lennox Lewis's arms. And there's a monumental uppercut.
He fought pretty much blind afterwards due to swollen hematomas and got sent to the canvas again.
Been a factor so far. Down goes Morrison again. And
Rising from the knockdown, Morrison tried to recover in the clinch and was chinned with a precise left hook.
very close to a stoppage here. You get that sense.
Damn.
Down goes Morrison again, and I wonder out of the fight. That'll do it. A terrific performance.
Throughout the confrontation, Lennox was shooting the kill and maintained an undeniable lead. The champion proved to be a warrior and only gave up the belt when the referee made the decision
Bro,
for
that's
him.
dangerous to be fighting, bro.
Championship continues.
Losing to a great fighter like Lewis was not the end of the world for the American. However, the terrible news that broke out in February of 1996 cut the 27-year-old Morrison's career short.
There was a certain point in time in my life that I lived a very permissive fast, reckless lifestyle. Have more extensive tests run. And I was informed just a little while ago that those tests do in fact confirm that I have tested positive for the HIV virus.
Bro, y'all
as an
gotta,
individual that had the opportunity
wait till marriage,
to be a role
man.
model.
Don't be doing that. Don't be out there doing
And
that.
blew
Bro.
it.
As crazy as it may sound, in November of 1996, Tommy went to Japan, far away from any athletic commission, and performed over there. Marcus Rode, who agreed to be the Duke's farewell opponent, did not last even 2 minutes.
With what Tommy Morrison is going through, this fight is over.
From then on, the Golden Boy spiraled down the drain. Booze, drugs, and prison became the new reality for the guy who had recently been compared to Frazier and Tyson. He disappeared for 10 long years. Only at the turn of the century, the unrecognizable former champion has had enough and changed his destructive lifestyle.
Hope he's still alive.
In 2007, a shocking statement came out that Morrison might have been misdiagnosed. The latest test results came clear. It is difficult to say whether it was the outcome of intensive treatment, which made it temporarily impossible to detect the virus, or there was shady business going on. The latter is definitely not something you'd want to believe in.
Primarily because Morrison now believes he never had HIV.
The more research I did, the more I found out that what I was being told was a bunch of bull.
What?
Be that as it may, the 38-year-old...
You gotta sue. How they gonna... What? I'm suing. I'm suing. And bro, on top, bro, in boxing, how do you protect your head? Like, how do you not have injuries? Because it's bound, like, I don't know.
Old Tommy dove deep into the conspiracy rabbit hole. By the moment people raised concern, Morrison had already obtained a boxing license and resumed his career. When he returned, fans were baffled by the ugly breast implants and lousy physique. Tommy had 2 professional appearances against rookies. Both ended by way of a finish. Tommy had 2 professional appearances against rookies. Both ended by way of a finish. He even managed to fight in the increasingly popular MMA, performing a couple times at Indian reservations. In the late 2000s, his health deteriorated, and Duke finally hung up the gloves. During the last years, Morrison was unable to visit the gym, the only place where he felt at peace. Despite that, he maintained good relationships with his sons, who followed in their father's footsteps and became boxers. The brothers are strikingly similar to their dad, and both inherited devastating power. Disease complications became apparent in 2013, and by the summer, Tommy could no longer move on his own. He passed away the first day of autumn at the age of 44.
Dang, man.
In the mid-90s, the whole world was at Morrison's feet. The young heavyweight's ambitions were complemented by a thunderous left hook. His record has been immortalized with 42 knockouts out of 48 victories, and he only lost on 3 occasions, exclusively to worthy boxers. Unable to handle stardom, the 2-time world champion burned through life like a rock star.
Amateur. He lost in the Olympic trials. A big right hand. There's an uppercut. There's a right hand. 27 pounds. Big right hand.
And although the exemplary citizen image turned into ashes, Tommy Gunn left a glorious mark inside the ring.
He's laying down. He's landing. Oh,
yep. Good right uppercut.
And a good combination again by Morrison. A left and a right behind it. An uppercut down.
His tragedy could serve as a warning to future generations.
Before he gets a chance to grab on. Good combination.
It's simple.
Oh, man.
I was just going to say, it's simple.
And Mills Lane says, don't do that again.
And there's the left hook. And down a hook by Ruddock. And it may have hurt Morrison. Big left hook. Down goes Ruddock.
Nah, I gotta watch the movie. But bro, hey man, R.I.P. bro. R.I.P. man. R.I.P. R.I.P. man. Y'all gotta let me know, like, oh, Roy Jones, I might have to check out his stuff. But man, this was a good video. R.I.P. man, great boxer. And I love that fact that he said, you know, when he thought he had HIV, that, you know, like he just wanted to be like a role model and he felt like he felt. Hey man, great person for owning up to that. But man, look. you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below what you want me to react to next. Don't forget to follow my Instagram at tv.dub. Yeah, man. Wow.